I discovered that we have another sibling and the guilt is eating me alive.
A long lost sibling?
Oh my goodness.
What are you gonna do?
This is actually from an OK Storytime subreddit.
One of our fans has
One
a
of
long
our
lost
own.
sibling?
Dude, that's
Wild.
crazy. Okay, I'm going to make this as short and sweet as possible. I, 33 female, have a family that has always been close. Mother, 54, father, 55, and me, and 2 younger siblings, Lee, 29 female, and Anthony, 26 male. By the way, this comes from Success Primary, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. Join us. So, being the oldest, I've always been the protector and tried to shield as much as I could from the littles while we were younger. Our childhood had some rough patches, but all in all, we all turned out to be decent humans. LOL. All of us have ended up getting pretty good jobs and making our own way. I have 2 great kiddos and a wonderful husband. Anthony is engaged to a fantastic woman, and they have a beautiful boy. Lee is an absolute unit of an aunt, but is a single Pringle.
What does unit of an aunt mean? Like she's a great aunt?
I think so. I think that's just like
aunt is
like
insane.
a unit. Yeah.
She's a unit of an aunt.
Yeah. I think that's like a
unit.
praise word. I don't
so.
hear it used a lot, but
I usually only hear it used in the context of like
like a group.
oh no.
Oh no.
Like when you say like someone's an absolute unit, like they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
big.
Oh yeah. It's just
She's
she's
just
just that
metaphorically-
strong of an aunt.
Yeah.
She's a single Pringle, doesn't want kids, and we're all here for it. And most importantly, for each other. Now, last July 2024, crap went kind of crazy. I worked a 3rd shift at the same place that my sister works first. So we see each other almost every morning. It was about 10 o'clock that evening, and I got a random message request on Facebook. I saw the first couple of words on the notification, and it seemed like the scam crap you get, so I ignored it for a minute. But once I sat down for a break, I opened it up. It was a message from a woman about her sister, who she grew up with, and they were both adopted. The sister had found her bio family and was attempting to help her sister find hers. My flabbers were gasted. At first, I was like, ha ha ha, no way. But she dropped names, dates, and details, and I was too convinced to ignore this anymore. I mulled it over for a while, but I messaged her back and asked for more info. I ended up with my supposed older sister's number. She would be 35. I will now say that I kind of had a precursor to this because my mother had told me something about this before, like 13 years ago. The mom said, I was 18, preggers by a man that I wasn't in love with, and not ready to be a mom. I wasn't living at home and only saw my family once a month or so at that point, so I was keeping it to myself and trying to figure out what to do. I personally knew a few very good and wonderful people who were magnificent parents to children they were not able to have. They only became parents because of the gift that someone else had given them, and I was ultimately prepared to do just that. I was going to give my baby to someone who had their life together and wanted so badly to be a parent, where I wasn't exactly in any way ready. My mother quickly said, nope, you're going to be a mama, after I told my parents. We were just kind of butting heads over this for a while, and I just couldn't understand why she couldn't see where I was coming from. One night, she cornered me after some tears were shed by me. She plainly said, I have done it, and I regret it. You won't do the same. And that was it. That was the only talk there ever was about it.
No, I think this is OP.
I think this is OP saying this.
I think OP had a kid and was going to give it up, and the mom was like,
just mentioned.
I was in your place once.
Yeah.
It was all ominous. And
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, because she did say, she just mentioned something about it. Seeing this whole story, this doesn't seem like she would just mention this whole story, you know?
Yeah.
But that last line, this was OP.
He had a kid or got pregnant,
Preggers
was
at
going to have a
18.
kid, and was going to give it up until the mom gave her a very ominous advice.
Whoa. I did have the internal crisis of I have another sibling out there somewhere, but there would be no finding out anything considering I knew no details, and the only person who could provide any wouldn't. So I kind of just had to file that away in the no touchy cabinet in my brain. But now we're gonna figure some crap out. So I'm gonna say that we're close as siblings, but my brother and I are on the same brain wavelength and our sister is not. We all have our quirks and such, but we all have a bond with one another separately as well as collectively. I knew that I had to tell them, but I couldn't. I knew me and Anthony could handle this better than Lee. So I talked to him and his fiance about it. My husband was first to have his mind blown, of course, and he was absolutely confused, but supportive and helpful, to say the least. So Anthony, his fiance, me, and my hubby had a little powwow and decided that if we were going to talk to Lee about it, we needed proof first. Me and Lee are super critical thinkers, and we will pick things apart in a second. So if we were going to drop this bomb on her, we needed receipts. Well, we got them. I DNA tested and sent her one as well. That 6 weeks was the longest wait of my life, but we finally got it. Now, this was a little crazy because you see people finding half siblings all the time, but she was a full-blooded sister. She was my mom and my dad's first child. Whoa, what?
And she must have been like really young or something.
Yeah,
to
just really not ready.
Made that decision to give her up or
Right,
give up the kid.
Right. Oh my gosh. Guilt I felt was immense, gut-wrenching. Like, what's the catch here? Why did they let her go but keep me just 2 years later?
I mean, 2 years can be like
Could make a difference.
Huge difference in where you are financially in life.
Yeah.
Where you are mentally.
And I wonder if there were any like outsider pressures.
Yeah, there might have been like, well, I mean, you have here the mom trying to pressure OP into a decision based off of her own life experience, but you probably have other people in the mom's life who were like, you should get rid of the kid. You're not ready to have a child.
Right. That's very possible. Our newly acquired sibling is probably the most level-headed and sensible person I've ever come in contact with. She literally is in the state of, if she doesn't want to know me, that's fine. I just now know who my family is, and that's fine by me. Okay. We all have questions and more questions with some more questions. But we had a get together at our place one night with dinner and no kids, and we told Lee. She was surprised as heck, without a doubt, but she took it so much better than I expected. Thank God. But now we all know. But our parents don't know that we know. So our oldest sister, Beth, doesn't live far from us and has 2 babes of her own. We have talked to her through text and we are noticing blaring similarities, and it's crazy. But I am at such a standstill with approaching our parents about this. I know that this is going to tear a hole in my mother's heart. It's been 35 years. I do not want to hurt my mother. I would love to go and just tell her and get it off my chest, but what is that going to do to her? Beth did try to contact her first, but with no response. So I was next in line. But lo and behold, my mother did email her back a week before the results came back and pretty much said, yes, it's me. Your search is over. I hope you had a wonderful life and I wish you the best, but please respect my wishes regarding the decision that was made so long ago. I don't know if she's trying to keep it from us or if she's doing it because it hurts that much. I'm so conflicted. Now I'm being heckled by those who know about it and care. Did you have the talk yet? No. When are you going to? I have no idea. I'm so scared of how she's going to react. But I also want to meet and get to know my sister. And so do Lee and Anthony. But I have put my foot down on both of them about that. I would not feel right going and meeting and getting to know her and introducing kids and such behind my mom's back. But you guys would feel right if you just find more episodes of Full Stories just like this one. Just go to iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify and search OK Storytime. You'll feel so right. Have no doubt that that's the right decision to make.
So much better.
So much better.
If you're feeling a little sick this week,
just watch us and boom.
Feel better.
You're better. Yeah, there's a little bit more to this story, but wow. I still want to know. I want to know the story.
Smart.
I know.
Me too. Working. I mean, one, I think my advice for OP is go talk to your mom.
Yep.
Regardless of what her decision is, regarding your sister and the relationship that she does or does not want to have with your sister, you are still completely allowed to have a relationship with her. I think it's just like you go to your mom, you say, hey, I know you were reached out to.
Right.
We were also reached out to, and we want to have a relationship with our sister.
Yeah.
And she can't really tell you no, but I think it is considerate to tell her that that's happening.
Right. If she does have a problem with it, you can just say, please respect my wishes in this decision that I'm making.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. Just use your own words.
Yeah. There is a little bit more. Yes, I am concerned with my dad's feelings too. I'm just not sure about all the details of the whole situation. So I would really like to just one-on-one with my mom to figure that out. Our father has never been the lovey, emotional, or super understanding father figure. He's more rough and rugged, and all of us have had a heat streak in us, blessed to us from him. So do not think I'm saying he was a bad father. He provided and did what he could. He had a problem with booze when we were young, and I'm the only one old enough to remember the real rough times. But he got his crap together, and he is absolutely a wonderful papa. So any insights on this would help. And I know everyone is just going to say, tell her and get it over with. But this is a tender situation that is gnawing at me. And that is it.
No.
Whoa. But
Oh man.
what would we say? What should OP do?
I think you go to your mom and you say like, hey, I don't want to pressure you to do anything that you don't want to do or that you don't feel ready to do.
Right.
And then you kind of go into that, like, as you know, like you received some correspondence.
Mm-hmm.
So did we.
Yeah.
I have thought about it and I want to have a relationship with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, again, that doesn't have to mean that you need to do anything, but that's gonna be
Right.
happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's a good way to say it. Just like ease her in, try not to put that pressure on her, and just be very honest about what you want to do or what you are going to do.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Exactly.
You
It's
don't have
like
to, like,
it's not
ask.
really an asking for permission. It's just
Yeah.
letting her know that it's happening.
Yeah. But that is the end of that story and the end of the episode.
Indeed.
Right? Wow. So
We love you
and see you tomorrow.